Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you want to hang out with me some more, you can always subscribe. However, today I'm going to be addressing a video that I am actually very scared to make, and I'm sad that I'm scared to make it because I feel like people should be able to freely speak their opinions and what is on their mind without being attacked, but we live in a very dicey era of social media and just in the world in general where opinions are facts and facts are opinions, and you need to conform to certain levels of others' opinions, and that might not make any sense. And this is a very, it's a beer and wine. I have again a Miller High Life. However, this is a more serious beer and wine. So let's have a beer or a glass of wine together. And technically we're not whining, we are just talking. I should have probably wrote down some points, and this might just seem like a really random and blabbery video and very out of character for me, but I need to get some things off my chest. And it is to do with the negativity and the mob mentality that has become the YouTube beauty community. I have been a part of this community forever. I have had 2 channels before this one because I'm a loser, and I have obsessively watched YouTube for years, probably since like in high school, so 2008, so 10 years. And socially, the world has changed, so nothing stays the same. I get it, but it just used to be a place where people came together to talk about makeup and themselves, and it was just fun, and nothing seemed like if you put something out there that your whole life was going to be ruined for it because of an opinion you had. Let's discuss first just like the mob mentality that has become YouTube. And I am like very deep into YouTube. I'm on YouTube, I watch so much YouTube, only YouTube, we don't even really have cable. I am on Reddit. I once in a while will go to Beauty Guru Chatter just to like back up the points I'm making in this video, which that has always kind of been known to be like a negative place. So I feel like it's just out on its own where like, fine, you can have your opinions and go be negative, but that has always kind of been that. And the mob mentality where everybody has to have the same opinions and everybody has to think the same, whether it's the way a product works or because you buy something or because you get it, you have to like it or else you're ungrateful. And like, it seems like if you fall out of line with people who have these views, then you are just like the devil. And not even in terms of like, I don't agree, but what I want to talk about is like the huge mob mentality to me was the Tarte Shape Tape controversy. And the thing that bothered me about that is, yes, Tarte deserved all the shit in the world that they got for how horrible that product was. However, that became just the clear sign to me, the mob mentality that is YouTube, where, yes, shit all over the brand, whatever, but don't berate someone to call something out, or it just seemed so half-assed to me. It was like 50-50. It was people who were very passionate about it, and I was like, you go girl, you talk about it, about how they need more shades and stuff like that. But then like someone like Samantha March, she didn't put it in a will I buy it video, and she didn't know the controversy surrounding it then, because some people are just not as on Reddit and not as on YouTube all the time and not really paying attention. So when the promos came out, they didn't really understand. She made a video crying because people attacked her so much, because even though you're on YouTube, like sometimes I do get annoyed and I think like, well, how are you not educated on this? If you are on YouTube, you should know the controversy going around on it. But like, honestly, more power to the people that shut themselves a little bit out of the negativity, I guess, because it is so taxing on your mental health. So I tell myself all the time, like, maybe I should not read as many articles and the news as much and be as involved in politics as I am, because it does bring out an ugly side in me and it makes me feel ugly. And I guess some people, it's the same in the beauty community. They just involve themselves in so much negativity and drama. But back to the Tarte Shape Tape thing. So she made a video crying because people attacked her for saying she might buy it. She didn't know the drama that was going around with it yet. So I felt sorry on that level, but at the same time, like, I hope I'm not coming across that, like, I don't care, no, everybody shouldn't have the same opinion. Like, yes, I'm saying this brand deserves the shit that it got. However, it became like a popularity thing. Like, people who it didn't affect, and even though they should call out the brand, you could so honestly tell, like, they said it so in passing in a video just to stay a part of the cool crowd with the mob mentality. Like, oh, and I have this palette from Tarte. Oh, shame on Tarte. And then they went back to, like, talking about it, and it's like, you honestly don't care about the issue, and it's so painfully obvious, but you just want to appease the mob mentality and you want to appease your subscribers, but you honestly don't care. And I'm not saying it's okay to not care, but just don't address it. Don't say, like, so half-assed and ugly and like, ugh, Tarte. It just is not a good color on you, to be honest. So it's like 50% of the people affected, and then everybody made a video about it. Everybody. And, you know, it was great that Tarte got berated so they could see, but then it just became people that just felt like they wanted to talk about it so that they could look cool or be a part of the mob mentality and appease to their subscribers, even though you could so painfully tell they just weren't there. They just didn't care. They were literally just making this video to seem on trend and cool, and I'm boycotting Tarte because of such and such the shade range, and it was so clearly obvious that they only cared because they wanted people to like them. And it's not good. It's not a good thing. Like, you shouldn't feel like you have to do it to stay cool. You should feel passionate about it. You shouldn't say something in passing so half-assed because that's what everyone wants you to say, and that's what you think will keep you in the good graces of your subscribers. It's just sad that it's come to that point, that people just feel the need to address things they're either not educated on, they either don't care about, or they just honestly don't know the facts about because they're going along with that mob mentality I'm talking about. And I'm so sorry if this is rambly, but I just feel the negativity surrounding YouTube is so painful. It's not as fun as it used to be because you can, like, I'll give you an example. I made that BoxyCharm video and I come across as like a sarcastic asshole. I'm gonna say that right now. And I got shit all over for that I should be thankful. And okay, but I paid for it. So I can say what I want to say about something that I paid for. They didn't send it to me out of the good graces of their heart. I paid $21 for it. I'm allowed to say what I want to say. So, and if you think it's like, I need to be grateful because I got products that were so expensive, do you think that BoxyCharm paid the full price for that product and sent it to me and I only had to pay $21? No, clearly all those products were like, what, $4 to BoxyCharm per person, and then they paid $21 and made a profit somehow. That's how business works. So I don't need to get on my hands and knees and praise BoxyCharm for sending me products that I paid for. Reddit is a gauntlet of negativity when it comes to the beauty community. Like, it is so negative in terms of everybody thinks they're owed something, everybody thinks they're important, and let's just have a sip of beer here, okay? And I feel like it's a community that has, like, my boyfriend, like, I look at Reddit and I feel worse about my life afterwards. When originally I followed Reddit to look at people who panned products, who new releases that were coming out, like, that was all fun and exciting. But now it's like, this person gave a side eye to this person in a video. What does it mean? And Jaclyn Hill hasn't posted John on her Instagram, it's probably over. Or did you see her closet? What a bitch. And even people commenting, like, it just goes in threads and threads of people just destroying each other. And the makeup circle jerk community, which I thought was funny originally, they go so out of their way to specifically pinpoint people on the makeup addiction community and posts and just destroy them. Like, absolutely destroy them. And I feel like it's It's like the Hunger Games on frickin' Reddit. There's certain things you just don't talk about. There's certain people you just don't talk about. There's certain brands you just don't talk about. There's certain things you just don't post. And it's like, that is not fun. Like, we're lucky enough to live in a country and many people in a world where we can talk about what we want. Like, if I say I like a Tarte eyeshadow palette, it's gonna be 20 posts about how dare I like anything from Tarte, that I am a privileged, spoiled bitch. And there are some great things about Reddit. It's still the releases. There's some positivity. People post looks and everybody compliments them and gives them constructive criticism. But then on the circle jerk, someone will post a making fun of them. And it's just like, and the comments. I don't understand how bigger YouTubers wake up in the morning, to be honest. There, let me just say, yes, these people have people that worship them like gods, and that is freaking bizarre to me, but like, you know what, whatever. But then there is also just such an underlying destroying of hate, and like, if you want to post a video that's sponsored or an ad and you disclose that, go ahead. Everybody needs to make money somehow. And the fact that people think you're a sellout or something like that because you need to make money, like, why is a job that's artistic? This is the biggest thing. Like, in terms of like YouTube, makeup, photography, why is it considered being a sellout to charge people money? Like, you need to live too, and you are doing a job and putting a service forward. You need to get paid. Unfortunately, that's how the world works. You need to have money, okay? And the fact that people are like, oh my God, and like, I understand if it's just like a sponsored video, it gets obnoxious, but to say like, all she does is post ads when it's not true, or like, such and such a name YouTuber posted an ad and an affiliate link, what a sellout. It's not being a sellout, it's being able to capitalize off of a profit you need to make to continue doing what you love to do. And we should be happy for someone that we have enjoyed and followed, and when they post their first ad or post their first sponsored video, they are starting to make it, and we should be happy about that. We shouldn't tear them down for accepting money. It is a very, very precarious situation in the arts, considering YouTube and photography and theater and design, where people think that you should give your services for free and for other people, and you shouldn't charge or accept money for that. And it's simply not true. You simply have to survive. And most of them are working a million jobs anyway. Like, most smaller YouTubers are working doing YouTube and doing a job and doing this and that. And it's just, I don't understand that mentality. It's like, more power to you. Go ahead, you do you, get money, get paid so that you can release more content, maybe eventually do this full time. Go ahead. I feel like it's like a jealousy issue. It's not selling out. It is succeeding at what you're doing. Plain and simple. Like, they're succeeding. Be happy for them. It's not about you. It's not about, because you want someone to not make a profit off of a job they're doing. That is something really seriously, that's a fundamental flaw I think you have to look at within yourself. Comments on YouTube have just taken such a negative turn, and I'm not saying people don't deserve constructive criticism, but what is saying like, your nose is fucked up and you're ugly? What is that doing for the world? And why do we think it's okay to say the things we say over the internet? Why? Why? Like, you would never say that to someone's face. And if you saw Jaclyn Hill in real life, I 100%, 1,000,000% guarantee you would not walk up to her and go, your nose is fucked up and you're ugly and you're a sellout. You wouldn't. I'm sorry, you just wouldn't. I don't understand why people have to be on their high horse and sit and just tear people down. I mean, tear people down who are genuinely shitty people. Don't tear down a successful man or woman for making it in what a lot of people want to make it in, a job that they enjoy. And it's just too much negativity. It's getting to be too much. And as you can see, it is really wearing on me. And this isn't even personal to me. This is just me seeing the negativity that's put out there. And I just want to see an eyeshadow palette. And then the eyeshadow palette's released and they show the pictures of it and it's 1,200 comments of fuck Norvina, fuck this person, and I wanted this, I wanted that. Like, everyone needs to stop, take a deep breath, and if it's not for you, it's just not for you. If it's a highlighter palette for darker skin tones, it's not for you. If it's a, and like, things should be addressed. Like, don't take a say it's not for you when it's like a foundation or a base product. That should be for everybody because they come out with all these colors. But like, if it's an eyeshadow palette that's all dark and and it's like meant for darker skin tones, it's not meant for you. Like, don't get on your high horse. And like, I'm wearing a Juvia's Place palette, which is meant for darker skin tones. If you're just not comfortable, like, doing colorful shades and stuff like that, just don't do it. You know, like, I'm at a loss. I'm just kind of at a loss. Everybody thinks that the world, like, the solar system is revolving around them, and it's good to be the leader in your own story, but you don't have to look at every new release and be like, well, that's not what I like, so I take it as an insult against me. It's an insult when they're not releasing the color for your entire race of people. That's an insult. But an eyeshadow palette that was being teased on Trendmood's Instagram and you were excited for, like, sometimes, yeah, it's disappointing. You're super excited for something that's teased, then you see it and you're like, ugh, those aren't colors I like. There's a million other things out there that are colors that you like. Move on to the next one. The world does not revolve around you. There will be another eyeshadow palette that you love and someone else hates, but everything is not for you, and you don't need to go on a tirade of absolute negativity and expletives and horrible comments because it doesn't appeal to you. There could be someone just like you, same weight, same race, same color, same hair color, same eye color, who loves shades like that, and it's just something that they like. And just because it's not something you like doesn't mean that it is a bad thing. It just isn't. You don't need to sit and be a keyboard warrior against everything, because then everything's just an issue. Be a keyboard warrior about injustice and shade range, and people are being good about that, but don't address it when you don't care because you just want to look cool, and don't address things that just aren't meant for you. I don't really know where I'm going with this video, guys. Like, let's have a sip. Like I said, maybe I won't even post this video because, I mean, I guess I sound negative because I'm a very happy person, but I just genuinely want, and I'm not saying that makeup needs to be lollipops and bubblegum drops and all that kind of stuff. Like, we should be talking about certain things, but we shouldn't be destroying each other and harassing each other. And it's ugly. Like, there's not like subtle negative comments and smartass comments in Reddit and all this kind of stuff. It is just people destroying people's families, their looks, their careers, their fashion choices, their weight. Like, there's so many threads going on about like certain YouTubers' weights and stuff like that. And it's just like, if that is what you sit and have to go on a tirade about on social media, there has to be something fundamentally wrong with you. Like, I'm sorry. Because you sit and berate someone for gaining 5 pounds and because of their diet, like, it affects you so much that you have to continue this negative tirade. It's just, I think you need to look introspectively at yourself. And that's what I basically want to say. The negativity needs to stop. The mob mentality where everybody has to have the same opinions needs to stop. And in general, everybody just needs to be a little bit nicer. Some people a lot a bit nicer. I'm sorry that this was like a more negative video for me, and like I said, I'm really scared to make it, and I don't even know if I properly made the points that I'm trying to make because I'm a little uncomfortable talking about it, but I just felt like it needed to be addressed. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and let's just say a nice thing about someone. It's so much easier to enlighten someone's day than to ruin it. It just is. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and if I have a more eloquent thought about this, maybe I'll make another video, but this is just me sitting and genuinely speaking. So if it just seems like ranty or whiny or annoying, I apologize for that, but I feel like there's not enough videos addressing this issue that's going on, and I just wanted to address it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye!